Whenever you're ready, sir.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and members. Last October, this committee and the Assembly Higher Education Committee held an informational hearing to discuss a change in what would qualify a student for undergraduate admission to the UC and by extension the CSU. During the course of the oversight hearing, we learned the UC made a decision to remove data science and statistics as a viable alternative to Algebra 2 without consultation with K-12 and CSU stakeholders. When determining the type of courses that would validate Algebra 2, the University of California compared high school courses with collegiate courses. As stated by the chair of the UC boards, the UC uses K-12 content standards to evaluate high school courses as meeting A to G. However, the question remains what occurs when the State Board of Education has authorized frameworks, model curriculum, or assigned content standards to courses that the UC does not view as preparing students for admission. Assembly Bill 1217 requests the UC to use K-12 content standards, framework, and model curriculum when evaluating whether a course qualifies as A to G. A to G is the minimum criteria a student must have to be qualified for admission to the UC and the CSU. This measure would also align the A to G course approval process to the K-12 academic calendar. By having courses submitted sooner in the year, K-12 districts would have time to adjust student schedules if a course is not A to G approved. Here to testify in support is Sasha Horowitz with the Los Angeles Unified School District and Ellen Cesaromdi Monroy for any technical questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Assemblymember Fong. Sasha Horowitz with the Los Angeles Unified School District. At LAUSD, we like to say we prepare children to be ready for the world. And as part of that, we are committed to removing barriers to college access for all students. The transition from high school to college can be one of the more difficult challenges in a young adult's life. And this is not helped by the lack of alignment between K-12 systems and higher ed segments in their evaluation of course content standards. This bill urges UC and CSU systems to align their model academic standards and criteria for undergraduate admissions with the content standards frameworks and model curriculum adopted by the State Board of Education. Doing so will help create processes that allow local education agencies such as LAUSD to submit our high school courses for review to ensure they satisfy UC and CSU's content standards. Far from being overly prescriptive, this bill is simply an opportunity to improve coordination on undergraduate admissions criteria. For these reasons, we respectfully ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you. Next witness? Or is that it? Okay, perfect. Okay. Anyone else in support in the room, please come forward.
Good afternoon, Valerie Johnson with the Campaign for College Opportunity in support.
Good afternoon, Carlos Rojas representing the Kern County Superintendent of Schools in support.
Thank you. Seeing no one else, anyone in opposition, please come forward. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, whenever you're ready.
Nelson, a computer science professor, thank you, and chair at UC, computer science professor and chair at UC Berkeley. My remarks today are my own and do not represent UC or the Berkeley campus. This bill's introduction follows a letter by its authors to the UC Regents on the matter of high school data science versus Algebra 2. This committee received a letter from Deacon Wilson of a Los Angeles church who over 25 years mentored thousands of inner city kids to enter UC and CSU, mostly black and brown. He stated several recent mentees were steered by their schools away from Algebra 2 and toward the Introduction to Data Science or IDS course that's offered at LAUSD that fails to prepare students, a potential violation of Ed Code Section 66204 that prohibits directing kids away from college preparedness. The IDS creator wrote his course contains, quote, just a dash of math, and is not intended for elite students. Rather, he suggests enrolling minority students with high math failure rates into his math-light class where it's much easier to get better grades. And now this vision of academic apartheid is being realized. The deacon states his mentees are being directed into this lower track. This bill has gotten the story backwards. UC's revocation of such courses wasn't anti-equity. Rather, CSU requested this action to protect children from deeply substandard curricula while UC continues to approve data science courses that actually align with state standards in support of the math framework. UC's actions were praised by the Black STEM Alumni Club, BSAC, at my own university, and by most black faculty nearest to data science across UC. I am the son of an African immigrant mother and a black American father. My dad's grandparents on one side were a school teacher widowed with 6 kids, and on the other, a prostitute and her Italian mobster customer. I was destined to inherit brokenness and poverty, yet here I am, chair of computer science at the world's top public university. Quality public education altered my grandparents' trajectory, preparing them well for college to eventually get an Ed.D. and the other an M.D. Even in the racist America of the 1930s and 40s, my grandparents weren't funneled into mathless math classes. Mr. Fong, I urge you to withdraw this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in opposition, please come forward. Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the dais. Are there any comments from committee members? Assemblymember Alvarez.
Thank you. I want to thank Mr. Fong for presenting this bill and for the oversight that was done in the fall, as you mentioned. I am not news to you since we sit together on our committee on education finance for our state budget. I am always deeply concerned when additional roadblocks are placed for students to have access to our public university systems. And now as a father of a freshman who's navigating which courses to take, and as a college-educated person myself, as my wife who actually helps, her full-time job is to get first-generation kids into college, and that's all she focuses on, and tries to understand the college admission process and system. I can tell you it's still incredibly challenging to figure out whether our daughter is taking the right classes in high school to make sure that she meets the requirements. Obviously we communicate with counselors, but there's a lot of other students who don't. I just put myself, as an example. I was a first-generation student, and my parents were never going to be able to figure out what courses I needed to take in order to make sure I was on the pathway to get to college. Certainly we had supports at the school who helped, but I'm just a believer that in general, our education systems need to break down more barriers, not create more walls for students to have access. And so I see your bill as an attempt to do that. And I appreciate that you're focused in on ensuring that we're not, some people say, dumbing down a curriculum. No, we're still making sure that students are prepared and competitive because it's aligned with standards, as you well stated in your remarks. So I just want to say thank you for the work you do as chair of the Higher Education Committee. Thank you for highlighting through this bill one of the barriers of the many others that exist to prevent students from having a pathway that's clear to get to college. And in this case, I'm very happy to support your bill and move it. And again, thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Nope. With that, you're welcome to close.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alvarez, for your comments. And thank you, colleagues, for your comments as well. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Do I have a motion? Okay. Motion, Assemblymember Addis, second by Assemblymember Alvarez. We will call the roll.
File item 19, AB 1217. The motion is due pass to appropriations. Marisucci? Hoover?
Aye.
Hoover, aye. Addis? Addis, aye. Alvarez? Alvarez, aye. Bonta? Castillo? Garcia? Lowenthal? Patel? Patel, aye.
Bill has 4 votes. It is on call, but we'll keep it open.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.